So a very good afternoon from India, and very good morning and good evening to different part of the world people joining. So this is the 11th camp of this series, Decoding Estimation and Calculation Camp. The mentor will be joining shortly. This camp is inspired by one of his favorite books on with the same name, Estimation and Evaluation by Leonid Nikolaev. And this camp is designed to help practicing chess players master the necessary skills of calculating and variations and accessing position. So I'm connecting with my mentor to help him join the session. And for those of you joining from different social media platforms, you cannot interact with the mentor, but you can enjoy the camp. Thank you.
Okay, no, this link worked. This previous one will.
Not an issue. And so just to remind all the users who are joining for the first time, like I said earlier, that we will be taking Q&A at the end of the lesson in the last 5 minutes. So before that, we won't be taking any Q&A. Use chat box to answer the question asked by the mentor, and keep interacting with the mentor. If I see anyone spamming chat box, I will remove him from the VIP access zone, and he will be just able to watch from our YouTube channel, nurtr.com YouTube channel. So do not spam chat box unnecessarily. So I welcome Coach Rado once again.
Yes, so yeah, I just take the book. I know I have to switch on my camera. Let me just check where did we finish last time, because now we will continue the games and puzzles from our book of Nikolaev.
So for those of you joining for the first time, this camp is inspired by the book, and we have followed the book completely. Till now, all the position of this book has been discussed. But if you are joining for the first time, do not worry. You can still learn a lot. There's a lot to learn. Calculation skills are something that every chess player should know and learn if they want to become a really strong player. So that's one thing that it is must have. It should be a must-have arsenal, because then you can maneuver your opponent during middle game and tricky endgame situations. Great chess players always calculate really, really, really well. We'll be starting when the mentor is ready with the board and the position.
Yeah, I see. Now I see where that we finished last time. So okay, now let me just find quickly position quickly puzzle. Now I think we will have a game because the last thing we did in previous session was the puzzle. I just need to find it. Oh, okay. Now actually, no, we will still the puzzles. Let me just create study mode. Today is the 11th, right?
Yeah, it is the 11th camp, day one of the camp 11 we have here with us. And so just again reminding, do not spam chat box, use chat box to answer the question. You can only learn if you answer just watching. If you have got VIP access pass, just try to utilize that. Try to answer these things. So if you are not interacting with the mentor, there is no use of your VIP seat. And please go to YouTube channel and just write to mail that you want utilizing VIP pass so that we can give VIP pass to other students who are in the waiting line. So.
Okay, now I have first position. Let me just share the screen. Okay, now I'm ready. Okay, it's white to move. Queen free first recommendation. Okay, I see you wanna mate me. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, don't hurry because yeah, the puzzles are not that easy. Like you might fall. Queen h5. Two people. Okay, that was the move that Tal played against Grigorich in Belgrade 1968. Question sign. After Queen h5, I played Queen c1. King h2. Okay. First, okay, Cedar, we will come back to your recommendation. So far, we will look at this this line. After King h2, I play Bishop d6. It takes d6, Queen f4. Then at h6, I can just take. There's always checkmate. Yes, yeah, this version is extended in the book. If the rook was not pinned, but there is pinned still automatic. Okay, here I have this. King e7 wins a piece. Well, how do you mean? Working e6 and no, I don't think so. Wait, okay, I have rook d3, I have rook g6 now, but I think knight f5 is the best. No. Okay, I can take or now knight a3. I don't know. Okay, but okay, it was possible, but it doesn't win the piece like you said. Okay, now we go to other recommendation. That was first move. That was move. Let me see in chat what do you recommend. Knight b3. Yes, actually that's the correct move. Okay, the first question, how do you? It was yeah, it was the move of Sidan Gavay. Okay, how do you play after queen takes b3 then? Queen h5. Yes, queen h5, and after queen h5, I play rook takes c1. Okay, king h2, right? Now bishop d6. g3. So probably I have to take. No take again. Not sure. Here actually I will play this. And in this position, after king g2, there is queen b7. Unpleasant move. Well, actually in this position you should take the bishop, and the author says white is better here because of activity. That was it. Now we have other move. Instead of queen takes b3. How about g6? Bishop takes b2, then I take here, and then I take the rook in the next move. Rook h g6 is correct move. I have rook h g6, not rook g6, but we can look at your moves later. Well, actually, maybe it's the same, because after this I have just he takes with the pawn. If you take this, I'm not sure if maybe he can play bishop g7 now. If rook h8, king takes. Yeah, maybe the difference is that he plays bishop g7, and now he can't do that. No. Okay, and white is winning. I have here other line. Instead of rook e7, rook b1. I'll check. No, knight takes c5, and again we have knight and 3 pawns. What if rook h8 instead of taking on g6? Yes. I see you. No. You can play bishop b2 now, it's spin. Still it's spin, don't forget. But even if not, then I have already 2 rooks, so. Yeah. Okay, I think now. Okay, then we are done with this puzzle, I see. Any questions more? Bishop g7, queen g7. Mm. And now queen g7. Well, then take here. Yes, of course, it's possible. Okay, in which position? Okay, from the beginning. Okay, so correct move was knight b3. And then we looked, there are 2 options, queen takes b3 or g6. After queen takes b3, we just play queen h1, h5. If rook takes c1, then king h2. Here there is still mate. He has to now g6. Okay. Not now, before. Where do you mean? And now g6. Or after knight b3. G6 now. Okay. Not play this. Actually, queen d5 I won't play because then you Okay, any more questions that I show everything, or I missed something, because I'm getting so many messages. Is why I ask, maybe there is somebody um, who asked me question, but I didn't wrote a response, or I didn't show the line. Okay, no questions. Now I guess we go to the next one, right? Okay, G6. After G6, I said this. Okay, you want me to repeat the line? Okay. Here I take rook takes G6. Yes, somebody want me to show the whole line again. You have 7 rook G3. Instead of rook G3, how about queen H5? I think then I can give you check here, or I take here. But I think I will just give you check. You have to go here, and now I can exchange the queens. So it's not good. Okay, let's see now. King D7. Okay, here rook d3. Okay, I think everything is clear. Or yeah, here actually it's not much because here we just have this endgame. The same happens here if we play rook d1. In both cases, we are getting the endgame. Knight and 3 pawns against rook, which should be winning. Okay, next position then. Wait a bit, now I will set up. Let me check. Okay, it's white to move. H7, then I check. Oh, here rather I play rook f6. Yes, here white is maybe slightly better, but actually you exchange the pawns. Here I don't have double pawns. Here you exchange your active knight with my passive knight. So no, I wouldn't say it's good. Okay, here, okay, it's not about that. Here you have to find other plan. No, I wouldn't say the rook exchange is good because rook might be good attacker. Okay, even first move. No, I don't like this because now it's easier to. Now I can come with my king. I can activate my king, and now it's easier to defend. Also now it's easier for me to attack this pawn here, for example. So I have so I have counterplay. You have to be careful that my king will not come now. Or with with one knight you can't attack my pawns at all. Yes, I would say also our rook is better. And actually, as a tip, as a suggestion, I can tell you, you have to use your rook to solve this position to improve your position. So basically, here you see he has one weakness, this pawn e5, and here you have to create other weakness. So you see on the king side you are not good enough. So maybe you will try something on the queen side. Okay, that's my suggestion. Actually, rook g1. Rook g1. I don't know why you wanna play g6 exchange. Maybe I can even stop you with g6. I said queen side, not king side. So please no. Okay, I will go to the washroom now. But until you take your time, maybe try to find a good plan. A3. Yes, A3 is possible. You plan to play before? Okay, the response, the answer here is different. The author says rook b1. Rook b1 now. But a3 is also a possibility. You can support this plan with move a3. It's not a problem. Okay, rook b1. Here in the game Spielman against Torosh was it was in bad casing in 1928. It was g6, edge g, rook g1, rook f6, rook g5. Yes, that's exactly the same line. And the game finished with draw. Rook b1. And after b6, now b4 immediately. b4. Now cb. Rook takes b4. Yes, I guess Yeah, that the spawn is the problem here. If in case of this, then you take here, then I have clear in for my rook. A6. Rook c4. King f8. Rook c6. King e7. Now d4. E d4. Knight takes d4. e5. e5. Knight f5. Check. King d8. And now g6. H takes g6. Rook takes g6. And here I see white is much better or winning. Okay, we just win the pawn, I guess. H pawn. Good. Okay, what else? Here I see other move. Instead of b6, there is a5. After a5, here I see that it's necessary to play c3. And the author says it's not so good to play a3 because now I play rook f8. And if you play b4 now, then I take cb, a takes b4, and now I play a4. And now I have counterplay, then the pawn will be very annoying. Other recommendation was here instead of a6, okay, after a6 was rook c4, instead of a6, rook f8. After rook f8, rook b5 is good. You see that. And now, okay, that will be all about these puzzles. Any questions? After a5, c3. So, okay, then. Yes, actually here I start to attack this pawn, but did it from the next side, so I also made him some trouble here. He has to be careful on this pawn. He was not able to move the knight. Like I said, if he takes with the pawn, then we have a treat on b7 or something. Like, here h4, I think we discussed, and I play king f8. I think I can just ignore it because here you can do a lot on the king side with the pawns. If your pawns will be not correct, if you exchange, then I will have the point to attack. Say if you play g6, then my king is, then I play rook f6. It's hanging. You can play rook king d6, knight f8. You will only have problems, so your pawns have to be connected, basically, you know. Okay, we have next puzzle here. White to move. Well, maybe rook d5, you say. Maybe you mean rook d4. Okay, here stalemate. And again, actually, you sit down. You are right. Bishop f5 was the correct move because there is no stalemate. Okay, bishop f5. I will support myself with the solution, but maybe. King c6, no, if I promote. Yes, correct. Nothing. Yes, okay, that's all. There was just one mention that the rook takes e3 is mistake because now it's stalemate. But we speak of this, we discussed everything basically. Okay, now I see we will have a game. Petrusian against Believsky. Yes, now I don't really know why didn't he play e5 in this position. Somehow nobody is playing this. I mean here. Okay, here we got we have a Marotti structure, and here now black played a6 in the game. Here the author says that other more rather better possibilities where black has more chances are bishop e6 or a5. I have here some games after a5 here in the comment. Castle a for rook ac1, bishop e6, queen c2. Was game Portish against Reshevsky, and in Brazil 1973. Now 97 f4, rook c8, d3. Yes, here knight c3 5 was more logical. Knight f6 was the game move. King h1, queen a5, f5, bishop d7. Now knight d5, queen d8, queen f2. He doesn't hurry with taking here. Probably it's not so effective. Queen h4. He dominates. He keeps the pressure. Bishop d5. He takes d5. Rook e8. Now I can insert it. rook f3, knight d7, rook cf1, bishop f6, rook h3, f8, takes g6, takes g6, bishop takes g6, and takes g6, and after rook takes f6, he resigned. Yeah, he says in move number 13, number 13, the auto doesn't like move knight d7 at all. He likes queen b6 more, and he says the game is unclear. Yeah, he just develops next piece, so now f4 is not coming. Yeah, that looks logical. So the auto says black should seek the chances, look for the chances in those lines. But here a6, auto says it's dubious move. Because probably b5 is not coming at all, and it's question why did he play a6? Rook f e1 and b5, protecting b5. 6, rook a c1, just central strategy. And now e6. Actually, he says after b5. Now he says after b5. White is getting advantage after knight d5. Now black decided to go to this hedgehog structure, so he played e6. b4, yeah, now b5 is the danger. b6. Okay, and now I will ask you, how would you play with white? e5, c5. e5, I think e5 is not good because I take here. Now this here will be problem, and if you take back, then here rook will be under attack. And also you open my bishop. Actually, this pawn is rather weakness, so you shouldn't exchange your pawn with my weak pawn. Yes, c5 was is mentioned here in the lines, but that it was interesting move. But here I play b takes c5. Okay, no questions. I will show you the line. Takes c5, b takes c5, and now I play h6. I include this move, and now it was weaker to play e5 because of knight d5. Sorry. He says it was bad to play bishop g3 because I play e4. And here, after move h6, here white has just small advantage. Well, the bishop is hanging here. I have some open lines. I can get initiative here with black. Here, if g5, then bishop h7 for sure. Yeah, okay, here's the next question. What's the best defense for black after rook ed1? Yes, e5. Well, here black is to move. And in this variation, you show me you lose the pawn and you give me bishop pair. So I don't like this. Actually, this bishop is better than this knight. And actually, and here, and then bishop g also, so bishop g5 will be the problem. Now e5. Okay, e5 is weakening square d5 basically. Okay, now maybe I play b5 first, or maybe I expose the queen somehow. Okay, let's see what computer says. Oh, he says bishop c2 basically. I just wanna take the pawn. So rather you should focus. Yes, but even if white would be to play, then I think after d takes e5, you opened my bishop, you eliminated my weakness, so I don't think it will be good. After d5, I think I play e5 and you will lose the piece. Queen e7 was in the game, but the author doesn't like it so much, probably because you are still pinned. The author says the best chance was after rook e7. Now rook d7, and if queen f4, then you have counterplay knight h5. There's such line like this, and now even you're winning because you have the shot here. There is knight e2. Basically, after rook a7, I should play queen f4, and the problems are still here because after knight h5, Now bishop a5. Now I have a pawn. Bishop e5, and probably this is here black doesn't have full compensation. I play f3, a3. I will stabilize the position, and I think it will be not enough. Here, oh, sorry. No, everything disappeared. Just a moment. Okay, we were somewhere here. Here he says also this alternative. Yes, and the outro says white is winning. One more thing here. If now rook d7, then queen h4 is unpleasant. Okay, I have here also other moves. One of them you recommend, I think, as well. Queen e7, queen c7. Queen c7, rook b1. Rook a d8 and knight d5. The other option is queen b8. Rook b1. Rook d8, d5. bcb, bishop b7. Queen e3. With huge advantage. Okay, let's go to the game. Queen e7, queen f4, rook fd8. Yes, here because of the spin, the back position is very hard. Okay, here now what would you play with white? Now knight d5. If knight d5, I just take. Wait, d5, if I just take. Okay, after c takes d5, also h6. And the recommendation was c5. We look what it says. rook d3, h takes g5, f6. Then there's messed up. Okay, now I understand. Okay, maybe here maybe I have compensation. Okay, it's still advantage, but maybe I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I could play h6 immediately now. Actually, okay, let's see what computer says here. He says h6, yes, he says I played correct. No, he says it's fine what I did here. He says he says I have compensation, I have chance for draw. I have pawn and I have two bishops against knight. Okay, if c5 was so bad, I wouldn't say. Probably there are better moves. Actually, even Petrosian didn't play well here. Here, let's see, what was your recommendations? What were your recommendations? Rook e1, rook e7, rook c2. Takes d6, and now I'm confused. E4 was in the game, and f4 was not so good because now h6, bishop takes h6, and now black played this mistake he took here, played something like this, but now there is no compensation, it's just losing after bishop e2, for example. The other thing is, okay, now he should play knight g4. And the point is, after queen takes g4, now I take bishop, now I just have at least bishop pair. After bishop g5, I play bishop d4. And after king h1, knight f2. And now I have compensation here. Well, if queen takes f2, yeah, then again the similar position, there's one pawn, but I have good bishop pair as black, so I have good chance here. Here there's king f1. This other possibility, knight f2, king e2, f6, over. The same as here. So now f6, and here yeah, this bishop is out of play, and after f5 I play g5, and now I have good two bishops, so now like you know, also other positions I have here. I have here good compensation actually. Okay, I will tell you what the correct move was. Here it was necessary to play b5, bishop a8, bishop e3, rook b8, knight a4, knight cb7, and now yes, weiß ich nicht. And this is okay. Here's huge advantage for white because okay, yeah, the problem is how to move here at all. It's somehow. I think now e5 c5 might be possible. No, actually, sorry, they repeat. It was knight h5 again, f5, queen f6. Here, the author says takes f5, it takes f5, queen e5, and now rook c2 is good. After this, rook g7, he takes, and after queen takes h6, bishop takes e4. Now, with counterplay, actually that would be ugly for black. What happened here? Rook d8 was in the game then. Better defense was d5 here. In d4. Knight takes d4. Now I think he takes e4 or knight f4. Yeah, that was the game. Here I have one mention instead of king g7, queen c6, after queen c6, queen g5. Also, if he played through d8, I mentioned this d5, queen d4. Yeah, I think we did this game. We did everything. Well, we have a couple of minutes because we start a bit later here. There was one problem with Zoom again. The code was not valid, so I couldn't log in on time. Okay, maybe you have questions. Maybe if I didn't respond to any question you already sent me, you can repeat now. Then I will try to answer now because later was a lot was going on and I could miss something. Okay, here. Okay, thank you too. Mhm. Yes, thank you too. Well, now we have a bit time for questions. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, if someone have any question, they can like post it on in the Q&A box.
Yes, okay. Yeah, thank you for compliments. Okay, feel free to ask questions. We have no, like, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes I can stay. Yeah.
We have 2-3 minutes for Q&A. Guys, you can post your question in the Q&A box.
Yes, or private is also fine here. Questions and answers.
Yeah, we can ask any question. If general questions are okay.
Oh, general questions here. Rani says, okay, yeah, about this position, about this game I showed you, we discussed everything actually, but rather general questions here. I get some recommendations, some tips, or.
So I have one question. So look, for a chess player who is say 1500 rated, and he wants to gain say 500 rating strength wise, even if he's not playing tournament. So how long should he practice every day, given he is a kid, 12-13-year-old kid, and he is in school as well? So as a school going kid, how long he should train every day?
Yes, here I'm also getting such question, how to improve fastly or something. Yeah, I would say if possible, 2 hours every day in systematic, and how to prepare our opponents in tournament. I see one question here. I would say, yeah, just look at the openings they play and try to find a good response for those openings, maybe some surprises. Here also other question, how to visualize how I calculate. Okay, I'm just looking for the best moves for the for opponent, for the strongest continuations. I don't hope that he will blunder or something. That's the first. The second, yes, of course. Okay, I'm looking for the most cheeky moves. What make me trouble? Of course, it doesn't work always really well. It happens that I overlook something, that I think something is something I was expect is good for my opponent, but there is even something better, or that what I expect for him is bad at all. Of course, it happens. Yeah. Basically here is kind of practice puzzles for calculate, just to prepare your brain for long-term thinking, like to see far away. I would say that's what you can do. Even if you will be grandmaster, you will have to do that.
So I guess the time is up. We have extended by like few minutes today, and we'll see you tomorrow, coach. And so we still have one slot available. Whosoever wants to get training games with coach, there are players here which I will recommend this. For example, someone like Arjun can benefit a lot with training game, because he is just at the level, because he needs to play with international master and grandmasters to reach the next level. Rest of everyone, like you guys can keep on enjoying the lesson, and do reach out to us at support@nurtr.com, or WhatsApp us at +91 9953 997755 in case you want private lessons or training games with Coach Rado. So thank you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Till then, keep safe, get yourself vaccinated if you're eligible. The coach has already got vaccination. I have got vaccination, and so is everyone else. And bye bye, coach. Thank you.